Hi, scrapbookers and creative friends. I'm Linda Petuch, Creative Memories Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. And today I want to share a technique for making some simple pages become simply beautiful. Some of you may have seen my folded paper video. I'll put a link underneath the description because it's a very simple, fast way to make base pages. Sometimes, though, we want a little bit more. So I'm going to show you how using the Creative Memories Border Maker cartridges in the Border Maker cartridge system, you can embellish the edges of your fold that you make on your paper and enhance those pages so that then they're quickly turned into beautiful pages that you can add your photos, get your journaling in there, important dates and information, because that is what our focus is all about. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would thank you for subscribing. Those of you who are, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. And if you want to click that little bell, then you'll make sure that you are notified the next time I publish a video. So let's get started and let me share my little technique with you. Thanks. Okay, so this is these are the components of the Creative Memories Border Maker cartridge system. They have this housing, which holds the different cartridges, and then you have this, which holds the paper. It has a little place for you to line up your paper, magnets that hold it, which I'll show you in a second. And then after you line up your paper and get it in the right spot, then you fold this back out of the way. And then these grooves here interact with these knobs that are on the cartridges. They hook right in, and it's a pretty nice way, very well designed to make a really quick, beautiful border. And they have a lot of cartridges available, and they can really change the look of your page. But here's what I want you to think about. In order to do what I'm going to show you today, your cartridge has to be one of the ones that is an edge decoration. This is the new Citrus Slice, this double rainbow, but you see how there's a piece of there's more solid metal, and you can see that it's gonna decorate the edge. It's still going to be attached to the paper. I mean, it's going to be attached to the paper, and then after you punch these out, you can cut it at whatever length you want. Normally, if you're just making a border. Today, you will have it'll be a little bit of a different technique, but it has to be one of these kinds of cartridges that's going to stay on the paper. These are wonderful cartridges, but they actually make a chain that falls off the paper. So it'll be completely cut away from your paper. So these don't work for this technique that I'm going to show you today. You need to have the ones that are going to stay on the side. And the pages that I have prepared to show you, my samples, you'll see that. Then I'm going to show you a variety of some of those. I'm going to use a piece of the Parakeet Shimmer paper just to demonstrate how you use the cartridge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the breakaway one so you understand what I'm talking about, how this works. So if you haven't used this before, open this up. Then you slide your paper in here. Make sure it's fitted in here. And then the magnets will hold it together. Pop this around, under, and out of the way. Your cartridge goes with the Creative Memories logo inside, because you need these knobs to be interacting with the cutting. So you put them in, and I'm using, this is cardstock, but it's very lightweight cardstock. It doesn't really work well. I mean, it works with the heavier cardstock, but it's a little difficult to punch, and I'm sure it would wear out your punch cartridge a little bit sooner. So you see, this has broken away, so we can't use this as an edge. It'll certainly make a beautiful border, but it doesn't stay on the paper. Let me show you in contrast. Let's use this one. Okay, logo goes inside. Open this up, and let's replace our paper. If you're not sure if your cartridge punch is going to stay on the edge of the paper, try it on just a piece of scrap paper or even just printer paper so that you don't waste your Creative Memories paper to do that. Okay, so you see how this stays attached to the paper, And then you have the option of leaving it as is, or if you want to just decorate the edge of the page, or you could cut this then to make a border, whatever width that you'd like to have. Okay, so those are the two different kinds, and this is what we're going to use. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you some samples that I've made, because then I have a double fold technique that I want to show you at the end. Okay, this first one is using the National Scrapbook Day 2023 Project Recipe Paper Pack, and I did use that citrus slice, which also came out with this beautiful designer paper. What I did here is I made a 4-inch fold, and then I scored it, made the 4-inch fold, and then I punched the edge, and then you can place it. This way. You could also, if you want to make a 2-page spread, you could do it this way. And the beauty of these are that you could also turn them different ways. They could both be the same. They could be opposite. Very flexible, but it has just that nice little edge there. Still leaves you room to put at least 6 if you use 4x6 photos without even getting onto your folded edge. You could add, I did cut a few mats. You could use these mats to get your photos on there. You know, you can keep all 3 in here, or you can go over the edge if you want, you know, whatever. But there's plenty of room for photos, and it's a very simple design that just adds a nice touch. And it is, as I said, very flexible. Okay, so that's one design. I was very happy to see that this paper pack that we had last year called Fruity Delights is also going to coordinate very well with our National Scrapbook Day this year because of all the citrus on it. So I did the same thing, used the citrus slice. This is Fruity Delights on tangerine cardstock for the base. And again, I just folded, this time I did a 2-inch fold, and then I punched out the citrus slice. Okay. Just another thing to see. Look at the next one. This one I just made a single page, and I used the Vivid Melodies jazzberry. They call it jazzberry. It's kind of a raspberry color. But then use that little double scallop and folded. Again, this was a 2-inch folded, but by if you look at, I have already seen my video with the folded paper, or if you've had a folded paper class, you already do that. You know that that's all you have to do is do the fold, put it on a base page. But I just decided if you just put that little punch on there, doesn't take very long at all, just a couple of minutes, and that way you've really enhanced the page. And then again, you have lots and lots of space for photos. Here's also Vivid Melodies using the the lime tart. And this one, I put I designed this one so that this could either go at the top, or you could have it at the bottom. I just did a single page. Again, plenty of room for photos, but it really enhances it nicely. Very flexible, again. That's with one, these are all with one fold. Then, if you want to do 2 folds, that's what I did with this one. Again, you see that citrus slice. I really love it. This is, again, the National Scrapbook Day Project Recipe Paper Pack. And I did a 1.5-inch fold on each side. And then I punched out the citrus, and then the citrus slice, and then put it onto this little citrus paper. But it's really nice, again, nice. If you do 4x6, 4x6 is a little big. So these would have to be like 3.5 by 5.5. Or you could put a couple here, special photos here. It would beautifully hold 4x4s, or even smaller photos if you wish. And there still would be room to journal. Here's another one. This is, again, a single page, and this is, again, with the jazzberry. And this one I left open more, yeah, so that you could put a 4x6, because these mats are 4x6, so this 4x6s would fit on here. So this was just a, must have been a 1-inch fold, because it doesn't take up as much space. But it's really a pretty effect on there. Very little effort, but you can tell people it just took you hours. And this one I did using Botanical Burst. The green Botanical Burst is the base. And then this is a gemstone paper. I think I have that right. Yeah, I believe that's right. And these are 1.5 inch folds. And I did, you know, we're out walking the puppies. We have people walking and puppies walking. And you put that on the designer paper. Another one. This one I used, I did the 2 different length folds. This is a 2.5 inch fold, and this is a 3/4 fold. 3/4 would be too narrow to punch, but it would be too much of probably if you punch both of these on this one, because this is a pretty intricate design and busy paper. But it makes a really nice effect. And when you go to put your, photos on, whether you mat them or not, you can go right over that edge, and that'll give you plenty of space. But it makes it really pretty, and it looks like a lot more work than it actually is. Here's Vivid Melodies again, and with this triangle keyhole. I don't remember the names of all these, but it's it's a pyramid keyhole. Yes, and this is the Goldenrod cardstock. And what I like about this too is that you can, this page can be turned any direction, and it looks really pretty. When it's not a directional paper, and your punch cartridge, really can use it, do it any different way, but makes it quick and beautiful. And here I just went did a little bit more, and I did 2 folded papers. You can see there are 2 pages here. The cardstock, I folded the cardstock up from the base. The cardstock is a 3-inch fold, and I punched it with the punched the grass from the BMC that's grass, the Boilermaker cartridge that's grass, and then the top is the Old Cloud Boilermaker cartridge that we have. This was a 1.5 inch fold, and this was a 3-inch fold. But it looks, to me, it looks like the sky and the grass and the flowers. And you can put, again, you can fit photos in here nicely. And leave your open spaces to journal and put your photos on there. The design, though, I want to really share with you. I started playing with this and wondering if I could do a double fold. So here's what I did. Again, I used Vivid Melodies for this, and this is just blue cardstock. And I love this ancient key punch. I think it's so beautiful. So I wanted to do it twice, and but so it wouldn't be on the edge. So what I did was make a 4-inch fold, folded that in half, and then punch this out. So this is what I want to demonstrate for you, because it's a little bit different from what we've done before. So that is what I'm going to do right now. So let me move this aside. And I'm going to use, this is totally tonal yellow and green, and then I just have some green cardstock. It's going to be my base. Now our 12-inch trimmer is just wonderful. And so what you're going to do with the 12-inch trimmer is you want to make sure that you switch out your straight blade and use your scoring blade. And when you put the blades, any of the blades in here, you have this logo facing this logo. That's the easiest way to remember it. Okay, so the scoring blade is in. I'm going to fold this first at 4 inches. I'm scoring it, not folding it. I'm going to fold it later. Okay. Okay, and then I'm also going to score it at 2 inches, because that was 4, so we're going to fold it halfway again. Fold it at 2 inches. Now, this technique I'm going to show you with the doubling the paper, it works just great with designer paper. I would not recommend doing this with cardstock. The cardstock would just be too thick, and it would probably be, it might work, but it might be the last time you get to use that cartridge. Okay, so this was 4 inches, and now I folded that in half again. Now, because this doesn't give us a lot of paper to hang for the Boilermaker cartridge to hang on to, I just add some little sticky notes. You can reuse these just so that it gives a little more paper. I'm sure you've seen this technique before, so that when you have small pieces of paper, it'll help hold on to it. So I'll put this in, get this lined up. This is such a wonderful system. The inventor of this really was very clever. Okay, so here's our ancient key. which is what I'm going to use for this. I just love this design. Well, I love all of them. That's why I have them all. But for different things. All right, I pop this on. Now, it is going to be a little bit thicker. I wouldn't go any more than, that's why designer paper, I'm really think that the cardstock would be way too much. You kind of pull it out because this is kind of an intricate design. Be patient. Don't try to rush. Okay. Now, you know, the beauty of this, of these cartridges too, is that you can mix and match. That's a video for another day. You could skip and then switch the cartridge, but that'll be a video another day. We'll do that. I've seen Becky Belote has done videos like that. She's always given wonderful, wonderful designs. Okay, so you take off your sticky notes. You don't need those anymore. I do save these sometimes to use them, because then you can turn them over and they have different colors. I don't know. Am I a hoarder? No. I don't like to waste things. All right, so here's my base paper. And this is my design. And you could leave it like that, but then you got this fold on here. So what I did was I folded it like this, and I find it easiest. Oops, it's stuck to there. Okay, this is the regular tape runner. Put this down. Smooth it. Now be careful of these little things. You can, if you want to make this a little more secure, you could use repositionable on here, on these little designs. There we go. And then you can now attach it to your cardstock. Now, I do like to use this mat because you can line it up. We've made a 4-inch fold, so we have 8 inches on here left. So if you want to, just put it, if you want to measure like an inch on one edge over here, or 2 inches, you know, whatever looks good to you. It's up to you. But these 13-inch mat is a wonderful way to put it on and make sure you're lined up. Okay, so now it's just ready to go. It would work either way on that side, but that's with the doing a double fold, 4-inch fold, 2-inch fold, and then you can put them down with the adhesive. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed a little bit of a different look, different way to use the punches. And as you see, you can add, of course, you can always add embellishments, you know, stickers or anything else. But if you want to just make simply beautiful pages, you can just do the punch, do the fold, do the punch, and voila, there you go. You're ready to go. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you would like and subscribe, I would like and subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate that. And if you have a Creative Memories Advisor, please shop with your Creative Memories Advisor. If not, I would love for you to shop with me. And I will put the links for the Boilermaker cartridges and the Boilermaker system underneath the description as well. Thanks again for watching.